afternoon. I'm Tina Laster, and today you're back at the Farmer's Kitchen. And today we have a ladies group with us, Far Above Rubies, and the name of their church is Emmanuel Christian Fellowship. And today we're going to be canning up strawberries. These young ladies want to learn how to can, and so today we have gotten a flat of strawberries that they have brought in, and we're going to get those washed up. We're going to get those quartered up and get those prepared to go into our canning pot. So if y'all want to take these and dump them in and put them around in your water, and we'll take it in there. Oh, just do the one and then we'll put the other one when that one gets finished. And we're going to get these capped up. And while they're doing that, we're going to take off the flats and we're going to put those into some boiling water. Okay, it's come to a boil. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it off completely. And that's one step that people say that you can skip, is not heating these, because the newer seals, they say you don't have to, but I like to activate the seal, so I go ahead and still do it the old way. And our jars, you want to sterilize your jars, and I sterilize them in the same water that I can them out of. And this is flopping around there.
What's the goal temperature when you're doing them this way on the stove top?
I don't know with this cooktop, because I just let my water come to a boil in this, and usually I cut back my temperature. Right now it's on a just a low setting, but it's steaming. I let it come to a boil, rolling boil, and then I cut my temperature down, and I just keep it warm. And then it doesn't take long to sterilize.
Like that? Get as close to the top of it as you can.
Yes,
just leave as much of the very look. Go right up under the leaves.
But if it's white, you know, just cut the white part of it off. And really, these berries, being from a supermarket, I'm sure that's probably where you got these, at Walmart or somewhere. They will not be as sweet or as tasteful as, you know, getting them like at a farmer's market, but they'll still taste just as good. I mean, they'll still be a good sweet strawberry.
Maybe the next time they can use strawberries from
That would be great. Let's see how many I've got. I think all that's going to hold is 8. I'll put 9 in there. We'll see how that does. Okay.
another one in there. Yeah. But you tell us to cut, go ahead and cut the knives and stuff, and then, oh, do you want us to go ahead and quarter them or half or?
You can. It'll probably be better because if you, as small as you want them. Now, a lot of times I will slice mine, and then I'll still come back and kind of crush mine. And that way, I love strawberry jam instead of jelly. And so it's, even with you putting the sugar gel in there, it'll thicken. But I wouldn't want it to thicken as much as you can with jelly, because the longer it sits on your shelf, sometimes that jelly will turn to pure sugar, just like honey does.
So it's better just to slice them up then?
Yeah, it is. And a lot of times I'll just put them in the blender and blend them up. But it's always good though to leave them sliced. And that way when you put them on pancakes, or you can pour this syrup on anything.
Oh, yeah.
Over cake, or And that, you know, just fixing all around syrup, and you can just, like I said, you can use it on anything.
I love it on pancakes and waffles.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had it on that before.
Well, put it on pancakes.
I prefer it
Put some
over.
Cool Whip on there.
Yes, I prefer it over
For
syrup.
the what?
Till all of this is gone, so we can add another.
And some
That's what we're
people
doing, is
put
we're
a
adding
drop
like this,
of vinegar
like this, just add in the slices.
in their water. And, you know, a lot of times they'll say, well, it gets the bugs and all that out of it.
It looks molded.
Yeah, if it's got a little soft spot, go ahead and cut that off big.
Yeah. But these are some farm strawberries, so they'll hold their shape pretty good.
Now, as far as like cleaning the fruit and stuff, do you always use hot water, or do you do the vinegar and baking soda too?
Well, I don't. I really don't use because sometimes it can take on the taste of the vinegar, and I just don't.
Okay.
Okay, because most of the time, wherever I get my berries, they're pretty clean berries, you know. But if you're picking out of off the garden or out, you know, low to the ground, sometimes they may taste sandy or gritty, and you may want to give them quite a bit of cleaning. But
Not the whole bowl.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you
and a
cut
lot of
them.
people want to dry their berries off and do all that, you know, because they think, well, they're going to soak up the water because they're strawberry. But you're making juice anyway. You're going to be making, and you can control, you know, the thickness of your berries by your sugar. That thickens it, and your sugar gel.
I haven't had strawberries in a long time.
I've got strawberries in the refrigerator.
And I always like to do my jelly, you know, you can do them in pints, or you can do them in the half pints, either one. And if I can get by with it, I use the big mouth ones.
Ooh, that one looks. Ooh, this one.
You just
Now, as
put
far as
it
like
on
sweetener,
paper
do you
towel.
always use sugar, or can you use honey as well?
I don't ever use honey to sweeten with. It's really, I don't think it makes them taste as good with honey.
Yeah.
And some people don't advise to do honey,
Okay.
but
What
But
about
you
artificial sweetener for diabetics? Like
Yes.
the allulose, the plant-based, does that work?
I've used the stevia before, and I've used the it's a half and half of half sugar, half stevia blend. I've used that. But you know, pure cane sugar
Okay, is this one?
is really healthier for you than all that other stuff. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, you know, you're not supposed to be eating all that sugar. You know, that's what God made it for.
Right.
So, I disagree. You know, I like to use natural.
Or for you, if it's easier, just go like this. and just-
Because a lot of things that people say were healthy back when I was a kid are saying, or was unhealthy. You know, it got to where they were saying eggs were unhealthy. You know,
This box.
there's a lot of things that, you know,
Here we go.
kind of lie about to sell a product.
What's your favorite fruit to can?
Well, my favorite fruit can, I guess, is pears. Now they're pistoled peel because they're tougher skinned. But as far as tasting really good, oh my goodness, they're wonderful. Last year I canned apples, pears, peaches,
The whole strawberry.
and the peaches really turned out good
I would
too.
love to learn how to can peaches too. I love,
We just put it in the bowl.
peaches.
I just did the sliced ones, and I did a light syrup on them. And I usually put a little drop of lemon juice in each one, and it helps with them, you know, turning, but they still kind of have a little darker color. And if they're out of the syrup a little bit, you know, they'll turn darker. Which most, you know, my stuff is that I've canned are in, a dark room, so that helps with it too.
It just may take me a little bit.
Bailey, you doing good?
Thank you. She's become very interested in these things, that we're branching out to learn, so.
Yeah. Well, Liz, she likes to
Love to bake.
help do stuff. They do too. The girls do. Eli even loves to bake.
Daddy loves to cook. He made chicken casserole once.
Oh.
That's the only time he ever made it again.
Steve used to cook for me before we got married. It's funny how they do things before they get married.
Okay.
And then after that. Putting you to work.
I'm sitting over here just cutting away and she's like this. I'm like, how did I end up with so many strawberries?
Okay, got those
So do we
heated.
just need to cut them a little smaller then? since
You
they're-
don't have to. We'll cook them down and, really,
Most of these
that's a
are pretty
pretty
right.
size. That's a pretty,
Mine are a little bigger, but not too big.
yeah, and see that size right there, those will mush up anyway, and that'll help add to the thickness of it, so, yeah, that's fine.
And last time I had that. No, I don't know. Did my face look like this? A spider.
Okay, I usually go by my ball candy book. It's not in the cabinet.
Strawberries and blueberries.
This is my book that I usually go by, so anything in here is food safe, so.
Cool.
So, these are great to have. Now, I've had this ball candy book for years. And so I went the other day and bought another one thinking that they've updated it, but they haven't. This same book they've had probably 20, 30 years. So, anyway, if you want to go by the basic recipe, it's like 2 quarts of strawberries and 6 tablespoons of pectin, and then a 1/4 cup chopped lemon, and then a 1/4 cup of water, and 6.5 cups of sugar. But we're a lot bigger than that, and I usually go and do it by eye. Usually I put about, anywhere from 7 to 10 cups of sugar in mine. A 10-pound bag. I don't use all of it, but we come close, especially in a flat. And I'm hoping that we can fit it all in here without it trying to overflow. So we'll just go ahead, and I probably won't put a lot of water in it. I may have to at the end, but this is going to cook some water. It's going to make some juice, so we'll just go with it and see what it does. Ready to put yours in? Okay, we'll just get those. Let me grab one of these. Yes. They're kind of dirty, weren't they? They were really dirty. Where are your little stove? Where we wash them? Okay. Now, I'm going to get this set up, because when we take them out of the water, we're going to need a place to put them down at. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start putting some sugar in. That should be fine. Now this is 1.5 cups. Some of these that you get are a cup, so that's 3.
What do you heat them at?
This just knows, I usually keep it on high, and when it comes to, like I said, a roaring bull, I usually cook it like I cook candy.
Okay.
If you cook candy or caramel, just kind of watch how it sticks to the side of your pan. It's easy to set a time and say, hey, okay, this is a certain temperature you cook it at. A lot of times it won't be. You know, you kind of have to kind of know what you're looking at, and because if I say something, it'll be right the opposite.
Well, I didn't know if it was one of those things that you gradually do, or if you just want to go ahead and.
Well, I usually cook everything on high. Taylor would tell you. He fusses at me because I cook everything, you know, high temperature. Because I'm quick, like to do it and quick and get it over with. Okay. Okay. Well, the strawberries are ready for yours.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Are you done?
I got one more strawberry. See if we can get it to fit in here.
Oh, there's the wash.
It's turned up. Now we have 6 cups so far.
Good job. Wash that. Put them up there.
Mm-hmm. Let that heat up a minute.
Very nice. Good job.
Holding this gold next finger. Okay, so now we're gonna bring these to a boil. We're gonna let this sugar cook down and let some of the liquid cook out of your strawberries. Preserves and pickling are one of the easiest things that you can do. I'm tempted every time one falls off. And pick it up, put it in my mouth and eat it. Okay, it's gonna take just a minute for this to get your feet up. Put it down.
Now, do you only use this sugar, or can you use like the sugar and the raw? Or the, okay, so- yeah. Yeah.
Looks so good.
I just used regular granulated sugar
Okay.
and just,
So this is gonna be jelly or jam?
it's gonna be jam. And really, it takes a lot of sugar gel when you're doing jelly, to make it really firm. It's like, I think it takes about 4 cups of fruit to 1 box. And to me, those are expensive, like, especially, you know, around here. They doubled in price in the last couple of years.
So if you don't have a lock,
Mhm.
what can you, is a pot okay, or does it need to be?
Just
For
a big skillet, a big pot, just any type of thing that's not aluminum. I don't use aluminum on acidic things, and because just like tomatoes, if you're cooking tomatoes, it'll ruin your tomatoes. So, most people don't cook on a wok because the wok, it only heats the surface about this big. But this, to me, it controls the temperature of cooking the strawberries, and it keeps them really from burning or scorching, you know, because it's, you know, quite a bit of the surface that you've got. And see, all that, we didn't even put any water in, and it's made quite a bit. So I try not to add water to my strawberries because you're getting water on them when you wash them, and some of that water's staying on them anyway. Even though it says to add 1/4 of a cup, I usually don't. Okay, that's 6 cups, and let's add a little bit more sugar in there.
She makes sourdough bread and put that on
Okay, and that's 9 cups of sugar. Like I said, these are 1.5 cups. So 9 cups, should be plenty of sugar. waits a minute for that to heat up. And we're gonna go ahead and just go ahead and stand our jars, put those down in there. Not gonna sound bad, so like I'm laughing. Okay. Let those stand a minute. Usually I take one at a time and turn it halfway over and fill it partly with water. You don't have to, you can just kind of turn them over. And after these kind of cook down is when I usually, add my sugar gel, start adding it in. Or some people, go ahead and put it in there.
And you don't have to add water or anything to that stuff first, it just goes in as the.
It does, it just goes in. Now sometimes, how flour will lump up when you put it in something. I usually try to fix a place over to maybe the side and a little bit of this water, the juice of the strawberries, and then I kind of smush it against the side and blend it in. Or you can just sprinkle it in with the sugar, but sometimes it'll lump up. But that's no biggie. If you ever get a bite of it, it may taste a little tart is all. And then some of this sugar gel that you buy, the original, usually what you want to get when you use sugar. Now they have another one that's like, it's for like low sugar, and that, to me it tastes a little bit more tart. But I like just using the original with the original sugar because I know some people have to have it, diabetic, but it's just, if you can do it with the regular sugar, it just always tastes better, we all know that, but. Okay, it's making a lot of juice. And I hope that and these strawberries are probably gonna stay kind of firm. They're probably gonna stay because it would take a minute to. Okay. Let's see, I like something from over here. See if it'll reach. Helped a little bit. I should have got my blender out. But I think I'll still do fine. I'll use this wet one.
I don't mind being a little chunky.
It's better on
Yeah.
pancakes. What's that?
I said we were talking about on biscuits and toasters and that.
Are you talking about those? Yeah, breakfast this morning.
This would even make it on that soda bread.
Man,
I almost feel like strawberry cake with it.
yeah. It is. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put some of this butter in it. Not a lot, just about a teaspoon. See all the bubbles, it kind of helps with that. It's supposed to, but I sure did add a lot of bubbles in there with the immersion blender. So, might want to not do that. What not to do? Don't use immersion blender. Okay. So, this will maybe cook some of that. Yeah. I know it takes forever, y'all know.
Oh, it's fun to watch. We love these things.
I need to put more cooking videos out there. This channel is kind of on the back burner compared to my other channel. And so I thought, well, I'll get both of them going about the same time because I'm gonna, this winter, I know I'll be doing more of the inside cooking. And this summer, this fall, when I do all the harvesting in the garden. Because I'm hoping and praying that my tomatoes do good this year, but they look great. I mean, after 2 weeks, I can't believe how good they've gone. The rain, I mean, there's nothing like, I keep saying it over and over, there's nothing like God's rain, because our water hose, even though we have well water is nothing to compare to the rain that God sends down. I mean, it's got everything that plant needs. I mean, everything. All those nutrients coming out of that water. I kid you not, 2 days ago, I planted some peppers I had in the greenhouse. And I thought, well, the storm is going to beat them down with the rain. And so I thought, I'm going to plant them anyway because they were about this tall. And I thought, I've got to get those peppers in the ground to get them growing because they've been in that greenhouse for a couple of weeks and they haven't done anything. Put them out there, you know, it came that storm the other night. And the next day, they had 2 more leaves, and they were about this tall. I mean, they were twice as tall as what they were the night before. No kidding.
Well, y'all can laugh if you want to, but as I planted everything in my garden, I pray over it.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
I absolutely do that. I talk to God out there. That's my place with God, outside. In that garden, and that's when I go out there in the morning. I usually have my long one-on-one prayer time out there with God. The closer you can get to nature, the closer you can get to God. You can just feel His presence out there, you know.
Leave the distractions behind.
Yes. That is my happy place, y'all. That garden. And, you know, it had to be God, the way everything is falling together out there, because, like I told Steve, I said, you know, how many years have you noted me go outside in February, March, and April, just to be out there working? Never. And I just, you know, kept hearing God say, this is going to be the year. This is going to be the year that you get that together out there. Kept hearing it over and over. So I keep saying, this is the year that I'm getting all those things done that I want to get done in the backyard. So I'm just putting my faith and trust in the Lord that everything is going to get done. And the crazy thing about it is, everything that's being built out there is from recycled stuff that God has just given me.
Wow.
You know, just like the tin on the chicken coop that came from Taylor. The boards and stuff out there came off my old coop. The post came off my old fence and coop. You know, everything out there is recycled. And just like my tool shed, that came from Taylor's house. And the lumber I'm using for that, I had stored down here in the barn years ago. So God is bringing everything together that needs to be done. All those things that, you know, that we purchased years ago, God knew why we was purchasing them. We didn't know, you know, and just the little things, putting back for such a time as this, you know, in due season. And this is the season that is getting done. Just like my garden beds. Tins recycled from Taylor's and the old barn he's taken down. The boards out there are from my old garden beds from last year. You know, I mean, God is just letting everything come together, you know. And then Taylor shows up with my rock out there, you know, for my garden. Just how everything is just falling into place that I thought would take, you know, months to get. He said, oh, Mama, I'll go ahead and purchase it and you can pay me whenever, you know? Which I teased him that it was my Mother's Day rock out there. Which, you know, $1,000 isn't cheap, you know, for rock. But, okay, that's looking pretty good. I mean, they're softening up really good. So, I'll let that boil a little bit. Just let that cook.
It smells so good.
Okay, let's see. You want to taste them? See the taste of it. They're gonna be hot, so.
Thank you.
It's hot. Very hot. Don't burn yourself.
I thought that was it steaming over there. I was like, man.
Hold on to the red, hold on to it. There you go.
It's too hot for my finger. It's too hot for my tongue.
They're a little tart, but I mean, they can still cook
Oh,
down.
it's so good.
It tastes good.
It's good.
They're gonna cook down.
Oh yeah. That's kind of like a little tart, a little sweet.
It's beautiful.
With
It's
some
a-
butter.
Beautiful taste.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
And
Unhealthy.
they'll get real thick. If y'all need something to drink, just help yourself. There's water and more tea over there.
Thank you.
Anybody need their glass?
Yes, you bring it on. Let's do it.
Okay, we're gonna cook these strawberries down and then we're gonna be right back and let you see us put them in the jars and get them canned up. We are back and we're getting ready to put our strawberries. We've turned the burner off, they're still boiling, and we're gonna get our jars out and we're gonna get those filled up and then we're gonna put them back in. So they're already steamed, and they're hot. Very hot. Okay, let me get my paper towels ready. Okay, see the foam that's on there. The foam is real bitter. Okay, you don't want the foam to go in your jar. I know it's a lot to it. Okay, so we're gonna dig in the center.
Strain the foam out.
Well, say these strawberries are floating. And a lot of times I'll come and I'll get, when you put them in the jar, this will come to the top and you can take a spoon and lift it up the top. But even if it stays in your jar, it'll be, you know how Jell-O is? That little sour that grows around the outside edge of your bowl, that's what this is.
Okay.
So what you need
Just
to do is
scoop
just scoop that off the top if that happens. This gets messy. Okay. And most of the time, I'll have a little bowl of water and I'll have some vinegar water. You know, I'll take the water and I'll take clean the rim. Always clean your rim, and then I always come back and I dry my rim. So, and then, like I said, if you got any of that little foam down in there, take a little spoon, bend your spoon a little bit, and just kind of, if you've got some,
How much headspace?
Usually on jellies and jams, I'll just go the whole, I'll go the whole half inch, the whole inch, or whatever it is, the whole, right down the dry part. Because the reason I do that is just in case, because sometimes you have some fruit that stick up a little hard further than others, especially in your bigger fruits like your peaches. Now this is gonna have, it's gonna have foam on top. I mean, there's just no way around that. It's gonna have some of that. But I'm sure and these are gonna have a lot of juice in them. And then I take one of the flats and I just dry it off. Just like that's got a little something there. Put it on top. Those are very hot. And we just put it in. Move some more of these out of the way. And usually for half pints it takes 15 minutes, and then for pints it takes about 30. Hot. And to tell you the truth, I have a friend that, Kim, you know who you are. She loves the froth on the strawberry jam. I mean, she will, it doesn't bother her to eat it. But
She
she'll-
mix it in.
She just adds it on her biscuit with her jam, and it's just a little tart style thing. I'll do these others and put over there. And you can tell it's already thickening up. And I have made some with Jello before because I ran out of the sugar gel. I have made strawberry jam, and I just put strawberry Jello in it. And you never want to put your jars directly into a pan. You have to have this rack because the heat will crack your jars. Set them directly on the bottom.
I was wondering that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and this is great on ice cream and milkshakes.
Frozen yogurt.
And you can put this, you know, take some out, put it in the freezer, and it's good that way too. And then you can put it in a smoothie.
My grandmother, that's how she does it. Put it in the freezer
Mm-hmm.
and bag.
And your bananas too. That makes the best ice cream. The best banana smoothie and ice cream.
Sounds like it'd be a good banana split.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do separate spoons.
Probably best to do that.
And then I have to use a fork, so I mess up 3 utensils,
Mm-hmm.
squishing it all together.
I know. I just get a butter knife and go at it.
Yeah, that's a good way.
But normally I don't eat that stuff. Normally I eat like
When Steve and I were dating, you know, I asked him what he wanted. And he said peanut butter and bananas. And I thought,
Oh,
wow, I
those
had
are so
never
good.
had peanut butter and bananas.
It's so good.
Peanut butter, banana, and honey.
Oh yeah,
Son eats it with mayo.
that was him when I was little.
It's an Alabama thing.
What was that?
Banana.
And peanut butter.
Oh, my mom and did. It's mayonnaise and bananas.
Mayonnaise and bananas. I've never heard of that.
I think it's an Alabama thing.
Now,
And the Alex thing.
the mayonnaise and the tomatoes, my grandmother used to make those.
With some salt and pepper.
That makes
Yes.
sense.
I don't like
My
tomatoes,
grandmother used to make them for
actually.
me when I was little.
Toast the bread.
Now I don't think I could do it. I just don't think it, just the thought of it. I don't know if I could eat it. Y'all had one recently?
Yeah, I usually keep it like
I love just a slice of fresh tomato and put a little salt in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need anything with it.
I've never liked putting salt on water though.
I still have the tomatoes that I canned. I say some of them that I canned since 2014. I slice them green to do my fried green tomatoes, and they keep real well. So if you ever want, if you like fried green tomatoes,
Yes.
all you do is you put your stack your tomatoes sliced in your jar. You put 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pour water over them, hot water. That's it.
Does it have to be boiling or just hot?
I usually bring mine to a boil. You know, let it boil for probably a couple minutes.
And now can you do tomatoes in the water bath, or it has to be the?
Yes, you do them in the water bath. There is a setting on my digital that you can do water bath or pressure bath, pressure canning.
Get about
The
6.
last jar here.
Wow.
How many jars do they do?
6, I think.
Hmm.
6.
I think so.
I think there's 9 in it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
Wow.
So,
Usually a flat will get you one good batch.
so how many will we each get?
Well, you get one since you're the smallest.
Everybody should get one.
That sounds good.
No, I won't even get one. Betty will steal the whole jar if he sees it.
Well, tell him he should have been here. He should have been here at the women's
Hey,
meeting.
there were a couple of guys when we announced it at church. They were like, "Hey, I want to go to that."
Yeah,
I said,
yeah, just
I'm
say
not
it.
gonna. Yeah. I said everybody needs to know how to can.
Yep.
I see enough of them.
I try to can anything and everything from my garden that I possibly know that my family will eat. I mean, everything.
I'd like to learn about
I
veggies
can
too.
chicken, I can beef. Okay, here we go. It's going. Probably need to fill that up just a little bit. I think I need to fill it up just a little bit more. I think I told you wrong. I'm sorry. I don't have to do it in my digital canner, but I do in this one. I have to fill it up over the top. Ding dong me.
Well, it protected your hands while you were.
I hope this doesn't make those yours.
I'm sure it's fine.
Let me heat this up a little bit more. It's hot. feel like I forgot how to can it since I used that one. No wonder I had the water in there. I had the right level to get in there.
This is awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you timing it?
Oh, yeah.
30 minutes. And then they have to set for 12 hours. Okay, we ended up putting 9 jars in, and we have just a little bit left over. Let's see, let's just pour it up in a, let's just pour it up in this jar. And then I can fight over it.
She acts like she knows us or something.
Okay. Or withdraw straws. Alcohol it. I believe Sarah has her eyes on it.
He
Now,
said,
look out, she's fighting.
Jello. Hey.
She's fighting. We'll give it to TK.
Look, she's looking how much.
Now this can just go straight in the refrigerator. It don't have to go. And if you were just doing this and you just want to pass them around to family members and you didn't want to can them, you could just put them in a jar and just put them in your refrigerator.
I think I'll keep mine.
Okay. Just gonna clean this off.
You do a cost for veggies.
And that may go ahead and seal because this is hot anyway.
hot,
But, I mean. Say it's already gelled up, starting to gel, but it won't be real jelly.
Looks like that's cute.
That's fine. Take a picture of it, taking a picture of it.
And I should take a picture of you taking pictures. Taking a picture
Yeah.
of things.
Okay, so we have about 30 minutes to go, and then they'll be coming out. Of the can.
You tell everybody that's all we need. This is it, guys.
I have nothing to share. Nothing.
$5.99 special.
Oh my goodness.
So this at the new Dollar General.
Okay, 10 cents off. You get it now.
We'll just meet later. Share the spoils.
One teaspoon is all you get.
Got to show it to Jack.
But honey, we used about 6 of those, and this is what we got. Honey, are you serious?
He was one of the guys that wanted to
Oh, hey,
come
okay.
learn.
Jacob.
He should have came.
He's almost there. He was out of town for work this week,
Oh,
so he
yeah.
was in Chattanooga, Georgia. So he's just now traveling back in. He's almost home.
She's talking about my oldest son, Jake. This is his wife, Alex. This is my daughter-in-law. And then this is her cousin, Ava. And then this is
My
her sister-in-law, Sarah. And then this is a niece to Sarah and to Ava. So,
Cousin Alex.
we're all related.
We're all family.
Brady Bunch.
Man.
Yeah, we just go down the line. We won't say from crazy to crazy, but you know what can we say? She'll say that.
We
line.
had fun. We had fun.
Mm-hmm.
There's never a going on.
And you can pass those out to your friends. I appreciate that. They're going to promote my channel for me and help me get my little channel growing, because this one I think I only have like 14 subscribers. So if you like our channel, please subscribe. And if you like farming and gardening, I also have another channel just listed as Tina Laster. So please go to that channel and subscribe to us. So we'd love to have you join us and see what we're going to be building next out there in our garden. So y'all have to follow along
Yes.
Absolutely.
because when you get bored, you just sit down there and just go through all my videos. I got like 50 right now.
Nice.
I usually just put one on and it just goes all the way through. And then I look and see all the progress that I've made out there. Just this year, you know, the last 3 months, it's amazing what we've gotten done. And I'm so glad we've gotten it done. I need to enlarge my garden though. I want more garden beds. I think everybody wants more garden beds.
We got some baby strawberries around here.
Have you seen it's like the garden
Potatoes.
stalks? The garden stalks. I mean, I know they have some of them at the Dollar Tree that you can get those little containers that stack. But there's a company that I think it's in Chattanooga that grows.
The seeds and everything's already in there, right? You just water it.
No, you have to put your dirt and your seeds and everything in there. But
The one I
it makes
saw
like a
was-
tower.
Yeah, the one I saw
And you
was
water
already
from the
there.
top and it comes down to each container.
That sounds cool.
They're so neat.
Mhm.
They're running a sale, I think it was through the 10th for Mother's Day, or maybe it's through the 12th for Mother's Day. And, but I'm not sponsored yet, sorry. So I don't have an affiliate number code to give you. Well, I think those are gonna turn out good. Maybe they won't be so tart. Maybe it won't be a lot of foam on top. I think if we let it cool off a little more, but when your water's hot and your, liquid is hot, you want them to hurry up and get them in there.
I'm good with the tart on there. I like a little tart.
And there's days that I'll make 3 or 4 batches of something, and I'm canning like from early in the morning to like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning some days. But usually, if I'm working in tomatoes or pickles, I'll try to do quite a few batches up. But I've got 2 of these water bath canners, and then I have that one, the digital canner. And so, but I prefer the digital canner. It just makes things so much easier, because it'll beep when I need to come back over and check it. I don't have to sit around and monitor it.
Yeah.
Which, with water bath though, it don't take as long. When you're doing meat like 90 minutes or more. So, but I've canned my potatoes last year, chicken, ground beef, beef stew, chicken noodle soup, deer stew. There's a lot of things I canned last year. Barbecue, a lot of things I put away. I need to can a lot more. My shelves are looking kind of sparse. I tried to plant everything in my garden this year that I wanted to can, because I wanted to can tomatoes, tomato juice, and pizza sauce, and spaghetti sauce, and things like that. And then I want to do my pickles, and then I'm hoping to do some more pickled okra, because somebody just loves my pickled okra. Yeah.
Well, if you have any extra pickles,
I've got some, but they may be a little tart for you. I've got some bitter ones and some sweet ones that I did last year. Or probably the year before last. I didn't can a lot last year.
Pickles are so
grow
good.
me some cucumbers and I'll just
Can you
I'm getting
can?
beans.
Didn't you?
Yeah, I want to do some beets. I want to do maybe this fall, but I'm a little past time on setting them out, because it's really a fall crop, the beets, that and cabbage, and which I may can some slaw with the cabbage I have growing out there. I usually could do the red cabbage though, and then I put, or even if I do the green, I'll do some red onion with it, and just a little bit of carrot or something. But yeah, I canned barbecue sauce last year, ketchup, but it takes a long time to do ketchup.
Your
Picking
spicy
it.
ketchup's good.
Yeah, they got 1 jar apiece, I think. My kids got one here, and then Jake got one, Taylor got one, I don't think it lasted no time.
It was like that kind that I bought from the store that you're like, I ain't never had ketchup like this before. It's just like that.
Man, I was just thinking about how good that was. I was like, man.
It's like a Heinz recipe, but it's got a little kick to it. But
It was spicy though. It was so good. I love spice.
thank you. It took a long time to thicken that up. And then it was down to nothing. I mean, I had a big pot like that, and it come down to about half of that or less.
You just have to cook it for a long time of picking it, or?
Yes, what I do is I'll cook my tomatoes and I'll drain all my juice out of it. And then I'll put all of my tomatoes back in the blender and just use those tomatoes. When I'm canning my tomatoes or my juice, you basically do it at the same time. You just drain all your juice off from your tomato juice, and then you keep your tomatoes with canned tomatoes. And that's good too, because a lot of times I don't want a lot of tomatoes, and sometimes in my chili or something, and I'll just get the juice to make it a little thicker. I mean, not as thick. Put some flavor to it. And I canned a lot of broth last year, chicken broth and the beef bone broth. All you have to do is boil your meat with bones in it and make your broths. And it's so good for gut health.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so good for you. And it's just a good clear soup too. I mean, you can add anything to it. You can add, like for the chicken broth, you can add onions or sage or garlic. You can add any flavor you want and just go around with the cup. Even with your tomato juice, you can make your tomato soups out of it. And get a can of tomatoes and you puree it down, and you can just thicken your soup and add whatever you want to it. The basil, or you can get the Italian spices and make it taste like spaghetti sauce. It's just real easy to do. It's just, taking the time to do it.
Well, I'm definitely motivated now.
Oh, good.
I love bone broth. I use that as my liquid for my roast.
Yeah, even if you cook your roast, save all your drippings from your roast. Put it in the refrigerator. Let the lard or the tallow from what you're putting in there, let it get hard on top, and then you can take all that oil off the top. And some people save it to cook with. I don't really do the beef tallow. I do the lard, but I don't do that. I just don't like the taste of it personally. But you can save all that, all the gel from the bone broth that comes off the bone in there. Save it, and you can reheat it back up, and then just put it in a jar. And you can flavor so much with it. You can scoop out a scoop of it just like you do lard, and make a roux, and make any type of gravy. You can do that with chicken broth. You can do it with beef broth. Turkey broth. Make your turkey gravy. Save when you cook a turkey, save all your juice out of the oven for that. So all your seasoning is there. All you have to do is, add your oil and your flour in a skillet, get your roux going, and then just pour that liquid over it, and you've got the best flavors from that meat. And a lot of people throw that out. I've learned to recycle, to use all the good stuff. I mean, I don't leave it in the refrigerator for weeks or anything like that. If I feel like I'm not going to use it, I'll just can it, and then take it out when I need it. Even if you put it in a small jar, just enough for one serving to go in something.
That's a good idea.
Get fruit jars. Buy up fruit jars. Keep them, because you can always use them to put stuff in. If you have leftovers and you hate leftovers like I do or my kids do, we don't like a lot of leftovers. They get tired of leftovers. If it's the next day, sure, they might eat it. If it lasts longer than the next day, say you fix a big pot of white beans, put the rest of them in your jars and can them up. And then eat them on another day. Add them to chili or add them to something else, your brown beans or something. Even if it's just one jar, like a leftover green beans or something. You can get the small jars, and you can always, and some people have a bucket, like an ice cream bucket, put it in your freezer, and then after you have, say like you have leftover corn or peas or green beans, pour it in that ice cream bucket in your freezer. Now you may have some already frozen down in the bottom of that bucket, but just drain your juice off and pour the rest of those vegetables in that bucket. And say when you get your bucket full, you've got a whole bunch of vegetables there. Take those vegetables and make you a soup with them. You know, that's just things that you can
Mom
do
does.
besides throwing out.
Yeah.
I mean, you can learn to, you know, preserve and put back
Yeah.
Yes.
instead of throwing away.
We're so used to having things readily available that we just
I know it.
throw them out.
We are. Now I do save leftovers, and I do have a 5-gallon bucket on the back deck that I do. I have a gallon bucket in here. When it fills up, take it out there, and I'm fattening up the pigs. That's what I'm doing right now. But trying to get them healthy, that rescue pig. So it's just, you know, there's so many things you can do to put back. We need to be more conscious of what our family's eating and what we're eating, because all the sickness that's going on in the world has to do with what we're eating. So if we go back to the basics and go back to the more natural.
That's right.
We've been talking about that very same thing.
And I'm telling you, one of the worst things that we can do is all the artificial sweeteners. And it's so easy to get those little packs that say 0 calories, because I have a little drawer full of them over there. Pour them in our water, and everybody talks about how healthy we are. We're not, you know. But anyway, I guess that's just my rant and rave for today.
No, I do go to Sonic and get I get water, but I get cherry, peach, and mango flavor and mix that up.
That sounds good.
It's very good.
Eli is my water guy. He drinks water every meal, I think. It's hard. If he gets tea, it's because I fixed it and gave it to him. Or, you know, if I'm drinking, or if he's fixing me a Sprite, he might take a drink out of it. But he's always been like that, hasn't he? He loves water. Every time we go out to eat at a restaurant or something, and that's a bad thing to do, go out to eat at a restaurant right now.
Granny thinks I drink a lot of water. And I'm like, what? What? I don't know. She said, you're such a water drinker. How many minutes do we have? Only 2?
It's 11. I mean, it's not real big for anything, but now it could thicken up tomorrow. It'll probably be thicker.
Are you putting that one in there?
No, this one is just, you take that one to your dad. And here's his part.
Okay, we're back. They're done, and we're ready to take them out of the water. We'll hope that they're not going to just break as soon as they hit the cold air, because the air conditioner is on. Okay, let's go. And these will have to sit for 12 hours. And sometimes I tilt them to get the water off the top. But then I come back and I'll take a towel or something and mop up the water. I hope that I had enough water over the top of them to make them sit. Okay. And these should start popping. They should start cooling down, and then these tops should start sucking in when you hear them pop. Alright, well, we've got 9 jars here and a little bit over here that, like I said, they're going to fight over, but I think that Bailey has won the match on that. We thank you for joining us here at the Farmer's Kitchen, and we would love for you to come back and join us next time. And we thank the ladies for coming out and hanging out with me today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming, and we will see you back real soon here at the Farmer's Kitchen. Bye.